Sandy, we've just seen two of the teams that are going to be in that tag team tournament. Here's another one in that ring right now. King Kong Mosca and Killer Khan as they're going to go against Ron Ritchie, Tony Anthony. At the bell, it's Ron Ritchie and King Kong Mosca. Mosca, he's like a King Kong in that ring. He's a true gorilla.
Wow, his nickname is Big Nasty.
Ritchie with a headlock. Mosca's so big, so strong, and powerful. Killer Khan. Ritchie slammed hard to the knee. Here's Khan in now after the tag. This big Mongolian, he's a wild, rough one.
It's a wild team right there. As you look over the four teams that's in that tournament, there's not a weakness in any of them.
Khan slamming Ritchie hard to the mat, makes a tag again to Mosca. Well, they double team him, both get a foot up into the midsection. Fans, remember, next week we're going to get a look at that tape where Roddy Piper in a match with Tommy Rich whips Rich with a belt. We're going to get a look at that. We're going to see it for the first time, and I'm really anxious, and I know you fans are to see it, as well as hear some comments from Tommy Rich.
It's going to be very interesting to hear what Tommy Rich has to say about that.
Khan! Double chops right to the side of the neck and the throat. Whips Anthony hard off of the ropes right into the elbow. These two men are huge in size, big, powerful, strong men. They're like wild animals in the ring.
Well, they got to be around 635 pounds between them in there.
Well, we had talked about Ole Anderson and Stan Hansen and the Briscoes. Mosca being double teamed in the corner now as Ritchie and Anthony had it.
Excuse me, Bob, but you see who's out here watching? Ole Anderson.
Ole Anderson. We had talked about Ole and Stan Hansen and those being the favorites. I think you got to put Kong and Mosca right in there with that group. And I think Ole Anderson is worried about it because Ole, as you say, is standing here ringside watching.
He's doing his homework, Bob. He's doing his homework.
Ole Anderson at the ringside folds those hands, watches Mosca and Killer Khan as they continue to work over Ron Ritchie. Khan over the ropes, hard in the air. He lifts Ritchie off of the mat.
Ole Anderson is taking a very serious look at these fellas.
Khan with a tag. Here's Mosca. Ritchie now on his knees trying to fight. Headbutt, another one. Again he slammed hard to the mat now by Mosca. Mosca now with the neck. Again, reaches back for the tag. Here's Killer Khan as Mosca holds Ritchie.
Ole Anderson still out there watching them.
He's taking it all in. He hasn't missed a single move as Khan and Ritchie high to the air for the slam. Ritchie just managed to roll out, make that tag. Here's Tony Anthony.
He didn't even phase that Killer Khan.
That big Mongolian, he is so strong and powerful. And Anthony is going to be held in the corner by Khan. Rammed it in the fist of Mosca. Here's King Kong Mosca in. Elbow.
Big elbow.
Get up!
Oh, another knee into the back of the neck. Now Mosca's looking right back across at Ole Anderson, who's standing out there watching it.
I think he's trying to send a message to Ole, Sandy, no doubt about that. Here's Killer Khan now. Well, first it was Ritchie that was being mauled, and now Tony Anthony. The size of Khan and Mosca is so overpowering. Good toss now by Khan.
Any of these four teams that go up against each other, it's going to be a powerhouse there. But if you see Mosca and Kahn on one team and Anderson and Hansen on the other team there, oh.
Here comes Kahn in and off of the rope. High into the air with a knee drop right down to the back of the neck. He's going to roll him over, covers him with a press, and again he lifts Anthony off of the mat. He did it once to Richie, now he does it to Anthony.
Anderson is really now taking a serious look in there.
And Mosca this time as he covers and pins him.
Mr. Wrestling 2. In the blue corner from Amarillo, Texas, weighing in at 232 pounds, Jay Youngblood.
Mr. Wrestling number 2, who's been in controversy ever since his appearance here on Mid-South Wrestling, continues now against a man making his first start, and I'm sure the fans in the area will love him, Jay Youngblood.
Well, boy, Jay Youngblood is a proven superstar all over the country. He is based mostly out of the great Charlotte wrestling area in the last few years. Former co-holder of the World Tag Team titles with Rick Steamboat, has been in the ring with as tough a competition, has specialized in the last few years in tag team matches, has set out his own single career, and he came to the right place to get started in a single wrestling career, and he is up against one of the most awesome individuals that has ever come on the Mid-South wrestling scene. A tremendously strong and powerful, a man with a legitimate mean streak, Mr. Wrestling 2. A man that has a tremendous feud going right now with his former coach, Mr. Wrestling. Of course, in some of their situations, they have commitments made in tag team wrestling. Wrestling 1 and 2, they will be teaming up. High hip toss by Youngblood. Wrestling 2 going for the kill, but to no avail. Youngblood certainly not intimidated by the tremendous record and power of Mr. Wrestling 2 as he's taking it right to the man. A lot of exciting things coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, Terry Taylor and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, two of the great superstars here in Mid-South Wrestling, will be here next week. Youngblood taking the big man over. You know, the Crusher Khrushchev, the TV champion, the man without a country or a medal. Dr. Steve Williams has that medal. That issue could be coming right to a head. Of course, Terry Taylor chasing Khrushchev for another TV title match. Wrestling 2 going for that clothesline. And Youngblood with those tomahawk chops. Boyd, we've heard a lot about those tomahawk chops. He's very proficient in those maneuvers.
Like you said, he's a headliner all over the country, especially in the Mid-Atlantic area around Charlotte and Raleigh in the North Carolina region. And now here, bringing the top talent to the Mid-South Wrestling as matchmaker Grizzly Smith continues to bring all the top stars for our fans here in this area.
A vicious body slam by the awesomely strong Mr. Wrestling 2. He says he wants a shot at the North American title. Perhaps he feels like he's been taught better than Magnum TA. Near fall, 2 count. The Magnum TA has certainly taken on the best competition that there is. A great chop. We've got a Pier 6 brawl breaking out here. The shortcut, the bigger man goes to the eye. Standing vertical suplex. That may be all for Jay Youngblood. Standing vertical suplex, and Youngblood kicks out. Mr. Wrestling 2, he's taking it all to this young man, Jay Youngblood, in our television main event.
Trying to crush him now with sheer power.
And he's got that power too, boy. He's a tremendously strong athlete. Superbly conditioned. A very unusual man indeed. Mr. Wrestling 2 exerting a tremendous amount of strength on the lower torso of Jay Youngblood. Referee Ron West keeping a very close eye on Youngblood. He could reciprocate at any time. Mr. Wrestling 2's got those big hands locked. And he's grinding away. Youngblood's trying to get set. He's trying to get ready for that chop. Right to the head, another chop. Wrestling 2 is getting a little wobbly. A great reversal by Jay Youngblood. Youngblood trying to regroup. There's that tremendous strength. Great conditioning. Wrestling 2 right back, relentless. Relentless in his technique. He's got Youngblood up, and he's putting every bit of power he's got on him. I don't know how much more Youngblood can take in this predicament.
Now you see the power as he locks those hands and wrists entwined there. And we're applying the pressure once again as he moves his upper torso in against his. Mr. Wrestling 2 and Jay Youngblood, the young Indian star, is in trouble, Jim.
He certainly is. And ladies and gentlemen, still to come in this hour, the Rock and Roll Express, Brad Armstrong against Ted DiBiase, and a great special on Magnum TA. It's easy to see why over 1 million people per week watch Mid-South Wrestling, and we do appreciate you so very much for allowing us to come into your homes every week. Youngblood has got to reach down. He's got to reach down and go for it. That's what he's trying to do. Another shortcut by Wrestling 2. High elevation. High elevation by Youngblood. And Youngblood, the crowd's behind him. Another packed house at Irish McNeil, and Youngblood's going for the down. Youngblood's going for it. Wrestling 2 scooped his legs. Wait a minute. What? Referee counted out. Wrestling 2 had his feet all over the rope.
He had the added leverage. The referee was down on the floor counting 1, 2, 3, which he did. And Mr. Wrestling 2 gained the victory over Jay.
And the referee for this one, Stu Swartz. Great Kabuki returning here to Maple Leaf Wrestling. Men in professional wrestling today. And Keith Larson, very game young competitor. Certainly going to have to stay on his bicycle and in and out to stay in front of Great Kabuki. Right now he's doing a good job of it. Kabuki with a head scissor on Keith Larson. Stu Swartz warns Keith Larson about the fist. No, you don't use those. That's illegal. And wrestling move by the Great Kabuki, an arm drag. Now switches it into an arm stretch. Larson now trying to counter. Manages to come up with a hammerlock on Kabuki. And takes him down, rolls him up on the shoulders, and enough for about a 1.5 count. Keith Larson, great little competitor. Been in the business about 3.5 years now and has certainly come a long way. There we see a handful of hair by the Great Kabuki. Stu Swartz says, no, you don't. Break that one up. But Kabuki drops both knees on the arm and then goes right back to the arm stretch. Nice move by Keith Larson. Oh, and Kabuki unloads with a couple of hard chops right to the midsection of Keith Larson. Now reaches down, grabs a handful of hair, pulls him back up, and unloads with a hard chop. However, Larson comes back with a few good shots of his own and backs Kabuki into the corner. Now whips him into the other turnbuckle. Moves in, up on the legs, and monkey flips him right out into the middle of the ring, and then runs right into a hard foot thrown by the Great Kabuki. Kabuki now takes Larson, whips him into the ropes, and catches him with another foot coming off. Goes on top for the pin. And just like that, this one's all over. And the winner of this one